welcome to this tutorial on the basics for Fusion 360 for our Year 7. All right, so once you have followed the process in our class, you're going to open up Fusion 360 and you're going to see a view like this. The first thing that we're going to do is make sure that we are going to be able to save our work. So if we're looking over in the top left-hand corner here, we have our little disk here. So if we hover over that, it says save. So we're going to right click on that one and make sure that it opens up our save menu. If it doesn't come up with a save one, you want to click on these 9 little dots here. And if you can't see any information in this panel, that means that your Fusion 360 has had an error and you're going to have to sign in and sign back out. So if you can't save any of your work, you're going to come across here to the top right hand corner and we're going to click on the little person icon, and then you're going to sign out and sign back in, and that normally fixes that problem. To start with, we're going to start with a basic shape. So I'm going to save here and we're going to call this a square. If you'd like to change the folder you're in, I have lots of different folders here. You can create a new folder from down the bottom here and call it Year 7 Design Technology, just so you can keep track of all of your projects. So I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call that Year 7 DT. Hit enter, open that one up, and then we're going to save that. So if we look across the top here, it has now changed the name of my file to a square. So having a look on our screen, we have our planes of view with our little origin in the middle here. So that is where we want to start. So we are going to need to create a new sketch. Up the top here, we have some different tools that we're going to use. So this first one here is create sketch. So we're going to create a sketch. We have 3 fields of view here. It doesn't really matter which one you click on, but I'm going to select this one to the right here, and it's going to change the camera view angle around to do that. To reposition our plane as well, on your mouse, if you hold down the mouse wheel, you can click and drag and it will move it around, and you can zoom in and out using your mouse wheel as well. So on the origin here, we're going to just create a basic shape. So I've got across the top here in our sketch view, we have some couple of different tools. Now we could use the line tool. So I can start in the origin and we can create some lines to create that square. Once we come back to the origin, it will create this blue shape, which means that it has turned into a shape. But I'll get rid of that one. Or we can use the square tool or rectangle tool. So we want our rectangle to be 100 by 100. So as we're doing that, if I start the rectangle tool and I bring that out, we have our 2 measurements, one across the bottom and one across the side. If I don't click, we can see that the one across the bottom is highlighted. I can type in 100, and that's going to make that side 100 mils long. And then if I hit tab on the keyboard, it's going to take me over to our other dimension, so the height, and I'm going to make that 100 also. Once I hit enter, it's going to have that shape created like that, which is 100 by 100. If we finish that sketch, so at the top here in the top right, we have finished sketch. I'm going to select that one and I'm going to hit home on my movement wheel here. So this in the top right hand corner is our movement wheel. I'm going to hit home and it's going to take me around to this side angle of our square. So to show your evidence of this in your notebook, you're going to have to take a screenshot. So do so. First thing we want to do is, so as a teacher, I know that it's your work. we're going to hover over the little person up the top, or it might be your initials. I'm going to hover over that, and you can see that my name comes up. On my keyboard, I'm going to push Windows Shift S, and it's going to take me to my cutting tool. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that one. And if I load that up, you can see in the top right-hand corner there, it has my name. So I can see that that is my work and I have created that. And you're going to copy and paste that into your notebook under your formative learning task 1 for CAD. So once we have done that, we want to make this into a 3-dimensional shape. So we're going to make this into a 3-dimensional shape. So at the moment, nothing is highlighted. I want to select the square, and we see that it becomes a deeper blue color, like a darker blue. And then up the top here, next to our sketch button, we have our extrude tool. So extruding means that we're going to add depth. So we're going to make our shape into a 3-dimensional object. So you can either click on the extrude tool, or you can see here, the shortcut for that is E on the keyboard. So you can either hit E on the keyboard or click extrude. And you're going to see this little arrow here. We also have our extrude panel over here. And we are going to just extrude this out 3 millimeters. We can see there that it has added some depth. So if I move my head and hit OK, we can see now that that is a 3-dimensional object. So we have created a basic square, and we have turned a 2-dimensional object into a 3-dimensional object. And we would need to screenshot that as well to show your understanding. I'm going to hit my home button up the top here. We got this little house, and it's just going to zoom in and get that all good. Holding my mouse over my name up the top here, and then it's Windows Shift S. I can take a screenshot of that one to make sure that we're showing that we're doing this learning. So we can upload both of them to our formative learning task 1.